You are specially welcome to this segment of the program. Inuarata no Sahai is still my amiable name. Now, the subject of customer service is a subject or a topic, is a conversation that will never end. And one industry, if I should say, or one sector that, a lot of customer service attributes needs to be imbibed, is the health service industry or the health service sector. Medical professionals, medical personnel need to learn how to imbibe customer service attribute. In recent time, I've done a lot of training for many hospitals, private clinics, medical centers, probably over 30 of them. And, I just feel this morning that, I should share some of those things I've been, training these hospitals, these medical centers on with members of the public, especially those that are medical personnel or medical professionals. Because if you look at the health industry, health service is a service that people purchase grudgingly. In other words, they don't want to come to the hospital, they don't want to go to the pharmacy, but at the end of the day, they don't have a choice. Because they need to get well, they have to come. And you just have to also do everything possible that as a medical professional, a medical personnel, a doctor, a nurse, a pharmacy, a laboratory scientist, you don't make matters worse for these patients that come to, buy your health product or engage your health service. And that is why this morning, the subject of our conversation is 5 ways medical personnel can demonstrate customer service. 5 ways medical personnel can demonstrate customer service. The first one is, as a medical personnel, as a medical professional, view the medical profession as not just a job, but a calling. This is very important. As a medical professional, as a medical personnel, view the medical profession as not just a job to make money, but a calling to serve humanity. A calling is something God has, assigned you to use in helping humanity. Something God has, sent you, to add value to humanity, to make a difference for humanity, to make the life of people better, to make the life of people easier. That is what, the medical profession is. It's not just a job. It is a calling to serve humanity. And the interesting thing is this: there is no way you do the job well, there is no way you carry out the calling well, and then there will be no financial remuneration. There is no way you effectively carry out the calling and then you don't make money. If you carry out the calling well, if you effectively respond to the call as a medical personnel, as a medical professional, the money, the cash inflow will always come. Number one way to exhibit, to demonstrate customer service as a medical personnel is for you to view the medical profession as not just a job, but as a calling. Then the second way, the second approach to exhibit or demonstrate medical customer service as a medical personnel is for you to regard your patients as not merely patients, but as customers. See your patients as not just patients, but as customers. As patients, they are sick people. As patients, they are people that have come to seek medical help. But as customers, they are channels of cash inflow to the system. As customers, they are channels of cash inflow to the hospital. They are channels of cash inflow to the clinic. And it is that cash inflow they bring in every day that helps the system to continue as a going concern and be able to sustain for a very long time, buy more equipment, buy more facility, expand the facilities, pay salaries, pay tax, and all that. So learn to see your patients as not just patient, not merely patient. See them as source of cash inflow. See them as customers. This will go a long way to effectively position your mind on how to better approach them. The third one, avoid being indifferent towards customers, the patient. Avoid being indifferent towards them and their relatives. What are we trying to say here? What am I trying to say? Do not exhibit a body language that communicates to the customers to the patients, to their relatives, that their presence is inconveniencing you. We see this every now and then in our health service centers, where you see the nurses, the laboratory scientists, the pharmacists, and sometimes even the doctors exhibit this kind of body language as if you have come to disturb them. And you are the channel of cash inflow to them. You are the source of cash inflow to them. So it is very important as a medical personnel. See, the medical industry is what I call, is a red ocean market, whereby we have so many competitors in there, whether those ones that are doing what they are supposed to do and those ones that are not doing what is expected of them. You know, we have both the good, the bad, and the ugly in every industry. So we have all of them there. It's a red ocean market. So it is very, very important for you to exhibit attitude, dispense behavior, just the way you dispense drug, dispense behavior that will make you very appealing, that will make you very, attractive. Let me say this here. When patients, customers this time, when they come to the clinic, when they come to that health service center, they didn't come to see the building. They did not come to see the equipment. They did not come to see the facilities. They came to see the people. Yes, the people there, they're in the building, they use the equipment, they use the facilities. But when these visitors come, these patients, these customers come around, they don't interface with the equipment, they interface with the people. They don't relate with the building, they don't relate with the equipment, they relate with the people there, with the doctors, with the pharmacists, with the nurses, with the ophthalmologists, with the lab scientists, and all of them. They interface with human beings. And it is very important you possess sufficient quality human relation attribute. This is very important. The fourth approach, the fourth way as a medical personnel you can display customer service is for you never to attempt to match your ego with the customer's ego, or with the patient's ego, or with the ego of their relative. Avoid involving in arguments with them. You are not in the medical business or in the medical profession to win arguments. You are there to dispense clinical treatment and secure the loyalty of these people you dispense this clinical or medical treatments to. Very, very important. Don't try to prove to them that you have PhD in argumentology. It's practically not necessary. Don't try to match ego with their ego. Don't try to prove to them that you can argue, that you can make a point. The only point you need to make to them is to make sure that you exhibit positive attributes to them that will make them to want to come back in the future should they be in need of medical service. This is very important. In conclusion, always wear the garment of empathy. Always wear the garment of empathy. Empathy is all about putting yourself in someone's shoes, trying to see things from their perspective. This will bring out the human being in you that will help you to feel their pain. Time will fail me to continue to elaborate on this, but I know you have clearly understood as a medical personnel these ways that you can demonstrate customer service in order to positively project your brand, retain your customers, and also take your medical business from point A through B to C to the next level of growth. The 5 ways you can demonstrate customer service as a medical personnel we have looked at this morning is: number 1, view the medical profession as not just a job but as a calling. Number 2, ensure you regard your patients as not just merely patient but as customers. Then number 3, avoid being indifferent towards them. Then number 4, never attempt to match your ego with their ego. Number 5, always wear the garment of empathy. I'll be seeing you next week Wednesday, and when I return I'll remain the amiable Inuarata no Sahai. God bless you.